And when I actually used to make fantasy football content.
Mm.
And
Why you stop?
oh my gosh, it was a couple things. The main thing I will say, so the main thing was I was building relationships with players and coaches and agents. And unfortunately, the fantasy community, the fantasy world, a lot of people within the NFL, they don't really, I don't want to say they disrespect it,
Yeah.
but they just aren't really fond of it. So if I wanted to,
Yeah, because look, the reality is the perception of fantasy football, like it could be seen as you don't see the players as human. Like you just see them as numbers. Like, oh man, did he get my points? Shout out to Kendrick Bourne, who really one of the best NFL personalities. He one of the first people I interviewed. I think it was back 2024, Radio Row. And I remember I knew he was coming off of ACL. And as I'm walking up to him before we go on the set, I see the scar on his knee. So I just was like, damn, man, how your knee doing? You know what I'm saying? And it was I just wanted to know because, that shit hurts.
right.
So, and he was like, hey, man, I appreciate you saying that. And then we went on, had a great interview, and it was fun. And I just think the fantasy football, when you talk, they're always talking about, oh, man, this guy got hurt. Well, what is the next guy? So I think it's like, it's seen as that, like, people, like the real football people don't see them as actual humans. In some cases, that could unfortunately be that way for some of these folks.
Yeah. It's, they kind of just look down on it because you got people in their DM saying, "Hey, well, thank you for costing me my week 4 matchup
Yeah,
because
that'd
you
be
broke your
crazy
foot."
right
Like,
there.
that's
That's
just
crazy.
and
But
so
them people that do that, them not really your fantasy football creators that's worth a damn. Those
oh, yeah.
people that's in the players DM is the lowest of the low life folks out there. Them folks that they too scared to put their own picture on their profile. Like those are the coward folks of the world. You know what I'm saying? But they out there.
Yeah, which actually leads me to the second reason why I moved on from fantasy content was, 1, I wanted to be respected more, and I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
Um, but also the second reason was it's just so much negativity, man. It's like, I don't know, I got treated like in the comments like I was a salesperson and like, "Hey, answer my question. Who do I
Yeah.
start?"
Yeah. You just don't
And it'd be
answer.
the stupidest questions too. It'd be like,
Yeah,
pick 2, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Malik Washington. It's like, dude,
on fantasy football happy hour, we would get all type of questions. Like the most, I'm talking about, like he'd be like, choose one, and then it's 8 guys.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then there's the next one, and it's just like you gotta treat them all the same and be grateful that people even think enough of you to ask you that question, which I am grateful for stuff like that.
Well, there are those, I would say 10 to 20% that probably don't know a lot about fantasy. Like they just, oh, this is my first time playing. Someone at work just invited me, whatever. I'm just watching content just to get ideas. But 80% of the time, I feel like it essentially being a fantasy content creator, the way I saw it it was therapy for people. Cause it's like, you know who you're going to start. You know who's
Yeah,
good.
you want that peace of mind. You
Exactly.
just want that peace of
Exactly.
mind,
And dude, you can make bank just from doing that. Just from like, we already know who's good. But yeah, let me just reassure you, let me make you feel good.
Yeah.
I made a lot of money from it, dude. I miss
Yeah.
that money.
Yeah.
But
You get it back.
I don't know. I'm in a much better spot now. But I love fantasy football. I love playing it. This was 2022 was like my last season. I saw a trend happening of more and more people are trying to watch the game for fantasy and betting.
Mhm.
And that kind of diminishes
Definitely,
the
yeah. It didn't
game in
change the
general.
game. It's the fantasy and betting. Well, I'll say fantasy. Whatever. Fantasy betting is the great gift and curse of it all because it does bring a lot of eyes to football. Some people know about the sport of football because of fantasy football. That's just the reality of it. But you just gotta know at the end of the day who playing and why you really there.
Mm.
Like why you back in the day, we just used to watch football and cheer for teams and players, and just there was nothing at stake for it. There now, a lot of people feel like you gotta have something on a game to enjoy the game. So to those people, I would say, why don't you go 3 weeks without any plays on the game, and see what you think, and see if you could see things differently. You know, don't feel like this player sucked just because you ain't hit your little weak ass parlay. You know, don't be like, oh man, Devon H. This fucking guy, he's too small. He ain't just because he didn't run for 100 yards that game. Oh, now he's small now. Like, but then he just run for 1,300 yards a year ago, right? So
Yep.
people really they'll get on their little social media. This guy sucks. No, you just didn't hit your 5-leg parlay that was plus fucking 1,300. It wasn't gonna hit anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't getting rich off this, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, play it for the fun. Like, have some fun with it. Like, like they always say, gamble responsibly. Like, we have the term in betting called sweat the sweat, sweating it out. Like, you should not literally be sweating about losing your money in a bet, man. Just do it the right way.